Welcome back to the Bucks Townies Podcast. Bucks County is #1 investigative journalist doing journalism. Thanks, Gilmar. That was on point. Today, we're investigating countertops, natural stone, luxury kitchens, the hidden world of hard surface industry with Kat Franklin from StoneTech, based out of Trenton, I was going to say Trenton, Pennsylvania, but it's New Jersey. It's close enough. Trenton makes the world takes. You know what I'm saying, Gilmar?
Yeah.
Gilmar knows about this. This hits home.
Born and raised.
Most people walk into a kitchen, they see a beautiful slab, countertop. You know, they say granite, quartzite. They never think twice about where it came from, where it's fabricated. It came out of the earth, people, or it's made man-made. We're going to find out about it. So we're going to talk to Kat Franklin about everything quartz, quartzite, design trends, fabrication, technology, builder mistakes, all the stuff you need to know about your countertops and hard surfaces, because I think it's important to know that it's not just countertops. They do some wild stuff. So we welcome Kat Franklin to the show.
Oh, Bucks Townies sail the truth each day, from the hills of Bucks to the white Delaware, with a laugh, a story, and a mug raised high. Townies deep for the facts neath the old county sky.
On site, Stone Maven, Kat Franklin.
She's here.
Here.
Has your podcast come out yet?
No, that's a hot topic right
Okay,
now.
we'll defer topic.
Well, it's like cooking. There's a lot of. I did record 3 episodes, but they're not at the standard they should be. I don't like the editing factor that I was kind of courted into believing that's the way it had to be.
Okay.
I just felt like it didn't have to be so much work and structured. I like the organic flow of it, but I think the contact of which, like, I don't want to say the company, but the support we had outside of, StoneTech that were helping us put it together, we're just creating more work than it needed to be. And I'm slowly finding out that that's the case. And now I don't blame them. Maybe it's just a system that they wanted me to follow, but it just didn't feel organic enough. So we paused it. I'm focusing on obviously getting our Center City, office open right now. So, and then once that's open, we'll have a little spot in there that I'll be able to set up and be stationary and kind of have our own zone and not have to travel to a studio,
Yeah. So for those who don't know, what is it exactly do you do day to day?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So, what don't I do? The way that I would explain it is, so my official role at StoneTech Fabrication is Vice President of Business Development, but that has many layers. So it's not just developing business, which I do. I bring new clients to StoneTech, but also help stabilize relationships that might have once been, or different resources that are looking for maybe a different avenue, an idea of what stone can look like. But I also actually educate and empower people on what natural stone is. I'm a natural stone person. Obviously, I'm the maven of stone. I'm not really into the engineered, fake stuff.
Which is like quartzite and things
like quartz, quartz or porcelain, like neolith. I'm not ragging on those. There's a place for those. I would never talk anyone out of it, but I would endorse, stone over those more engineered options that are not made by the earth. So
that's just your preference.
It's my preference. Yeah, it's totally my opinion. There's pros and cons to both applications, but so my day-to-day looks like it's crazy. It's driving in, commuting 45 minutes on the phone nonstop. I have a direct support to me. Her name's Olga. She's amazing. All we do is unpack every day job lists. I'm answering emails. We're going over edges. I'm meeting with clients. We're going over financials. We're going over projections. It's insane. And then I might go to stone shows, off-site meetings, random podcasts, on hump day. It just looks, it's funny. It's it's very, my days are very open, but I'm a very structured person. So I follow things through from start to finish. in every aspect, but it's like I thrive in my ADHD OCD setting.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I guess maybe you can explain how does someone like yourself that seemingly is on top of every detail, because if you're doing what you're doing for us, for everyone you're working with, and business is growing because you're doing such a good job at it. Like,
thank you.
How are you managing all those details, but
It's
also being available to talk to me, like, and like hang out and do all, like, I don't know how you do that. I just, because like I know from my end, like I'm constantly either just working or just deciding not to work.
It's funny, honestly, Andrew. It's a very funny question because I get asked that a lot. Like my personal Instagram, right, shows a lot of traveling. Like I just free float and do what I want. But then I have, my, I would say, business persona Instagram that's a little bit more structured, but still shows me out and about. And I don't know. I'm just weird. I feel like I have a brain that can compartmentalize a little bit certain aspects of projects, but little details haunt me. And then because I have someone like Olga, who's like literally magical, she will catch my fall, or I'll like say something to her and she'll like jot it down. Like I can't explain it, but it's like almost driving here today. I left the office early and we're doing an install tomorrow and we have to like drill the faucets on site, right? That never happens. It's usually like people will give us a spec sheet. And Amadeus, the shop manager, was like, I went to him and I said, hey, don't forget we have to drill the holes. Like I reminded him before I left. Make sure they're printed out and tell me what the spread is. No problem. So then when I got back, I was doing this backlit quote with Olga and going over this miter return, like very, very elevated estimate that cannot just go out willy-nilly. And we were explaining how we would build the project. I left and didn't give him that information. So I was driving and it popped in my head and I was like, yep, nope. So pulled over, screenshotted the email of the client telling me what the spread was, texted Olga and said, hey, could you do me a favor, print this out and go put it on Am's desk. Like there's so many layers. I don't know if it's because I'm a mom and like I'm busy. So like my brain's
Is it
always
experience? You've been doing this for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wired this way. So I started in this industry when I was 23.
Dang.
I'm 40. I'll be 45. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't always believe it, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm Andrew Mann, owner of Revival Building Group. Thanks for listening to our show. Don't forget to hit subscribe.
Yeah, I'll be 45 in July.
And you have 2 boys, right? Yeah. So for how, like, that's another thing. Like looking as good as you do and like healthy at
you.
that. Like I
Thank
don't like what you must have some either life experience that molded you in this way, or were you always just kind of like this free, relaxed person, but also like very much in control? Because that's like a weird combination that I'm trying to like highlight for everybody listening, that like how on top of things you are, but how chill you are at the same time is
Thank you.
that doesn't, you don't
Coexist
get
in
that.
the same frame.
You usually get like manic crazy. Like
I am crazy though. That's the part. Like I'm me right now. Like I'm me. Like, but
Yeah.
I can get crazy. Like I can get insane, but I'm not. How can I explain this? It's like, when you hear someone's like a psycho behind closed doors, but in front of you, it's not that. Like what you see is what you get. It's funny, my boys, so I have an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old. And the one thing they say to me is like, they always know what they're getting. Like I'm not unpredictable. Like they don't have to like read the room, or I'm consistently myself, right? So if it's high energy, I've always been that way. Always been that way as a kid. And I don't know, I always had this thought from a very, very young girl that there was always more potential, right? So that's also the downfall of someone like myself, that as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I do have to like pull back and relax a little bit more, because I've always been starting a business or curating one that I built with my ex-husband, or, I'm not just going to go and take a job as, a business development, at StoneTech. It's going to be, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to open up an office. I'm designing the office. We're creating these crazy edges. Like, I just don't know when to stop. I feel like that's the creative in me though, because I grew up as an artist. So I was a tactile artist growing up, like painter, sewing, like a tactile stimulation. So always occupied, if that makes sense. So as you get older, you don't have time to sculpt or paint or anything like, so you find that somewhere else.
you sculpt a business.
Yeah. Or me as a human.
So like when you're talking like, so you have just like regular countertop installs, and then you have kind of what you guys do in addition to that, which I would kind of say is more sculptures, not necessarily sculptures in the like traditional sense, but like when you're making a fireplace or some of the countertops and cabinetry wraps that you're doing, like take us through, I guess, pull up a picture of what I'm talking about, Gilmar. Like pull up a crazy countertop.
Go into, let me see, go.
Yeah, so we just have like we're just looking at the StoneTech Instagram.
Yeah, let's do that.
But there's just like little things, like little, just like even just like the sink built in to the countertop.
Yeah, like it's so.
What are we,
all right,
when
so
you're, is a designer coming to you and saying like, hey, can I even do this? Or like, how does a conversation like that start? Because a lot of people, including myself, look at some of these things and it's like, how did you even know you could do that with stone?
Yeah. All right, I have a really important piece to this. So my background, obviously I had my own business, 23 years old, partner with my now ex-husband. We had our own fabrication company, our own staff. It was great. Loved it. Actually, go to that one right there. That bathroom. To the right. Click on that. We're gonna flag this. Just keep this up and then I'll talk through this in a minute.
Okay.
So I came from, a handful of guys, really busy, owned our building on like a major artery in New Jersey, but we were doing like L-shaped countertops, maybe a fancy full backsplash. Like we were doing a lot of, there was no route, like our routers were upgraded edges, rarely laminations, no miters at all. Like we had a bridge saw up until about 10 years before we parted ways, me and him, we were able to create a miter, and I thought that was like groundbreaking. Like, oh my God, we can do a miter. Like I thought we were so cool, right? We didn't like cut with water. Like we didn't have CNCs. Like that was possible because we would see that at stone shows. We would travel and go to these crazy stone shows, but I don't know. It's like it takes a ton of money to get there, to get the machinery to match the brain. Like,
you can't just go to Home Depot and buy stuff like that.
No, and you couldn't just go to my old business because we didn't have bless you, we had I had the vision to do it, but trying to get there, you just didn't have the tools to support it. So it's like
hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment.
Oh my God, like millions. Like StoneTech has like ridiculous amounts of technology and machinery that was the one thing that I was like, yeah, if I'm not starting my own company again, like I'm in, because they were able to take what was in my brain and create it, or I was able to take what's in your brain and say, how am I getting there? Because of the knowledge I knew how to build from the basics. So I learned from the basics and really sharpened my tools that way. And then when I got to StoneTech and met some people on the team that were like, they just don't think normal. They think like me, but they like stone's like Play-Doh, and we're thinking about how we're like anchoring it. And I don't think of stone as restricting. I think of it as extremely flexible and pliable. There's no limit to it. So there's no squares in stone. It's like very, very interesting. So the fact that we cut with water, or we have like CNC routers that we can program like crazy stuff, like it didn't make sense to me. Now I won't say I'm jaded by it, but it's never enough for me. Like now I'm like, what else can I do? What else can I do? The envelope is forever pushing. And it's hard because you have to take a designer's vision and be able to tell them, A, what's realistic, obviously tell them how much it's going to cost, because stuff like what we're about to talk about is not cheap, but also coach them in a way that makes their vision realistic and they get the credit for it. Because a lot of these things are their ideas that maybe they saw online. It's very rarely a brain thought. It's usually like a dupe that they saw in Turkey, or they saw in like Greece.
In architecture school, we call it take inspiration from. It's the fancy word of stole this design. Dupe. And you would get critiqued, and like every couple of weeks you would have to present what you were working on.
Yeah.
And they would bring in like really successful architects from like wherever they could get them at Drexel, and they would come in and they would just hammer your models and stuff, and they would teach you, be like, no, don't say that, just make something up. And you'd be like, what? Be like, yeah, your son's coming in here and you took inspiration from. They teach you how to just vomit bullshit.
Well, I heard a really cool one yesterday, actually. Reheating the nachos.
Reheating the nachos.
Yeah, I've heard
great?
that one.
That's funny.
Yeah, bro was reheating the nachos.
Yeah, I was like, I am obsessed with that. Now, it was about a song. It was like a like a Meghan Trainor song that actually is like a Tate McRae song, but I was like, yo, reheating the nachos, like that is everything. Like that's what it is. So what happens now is somebody will see something online, and now we're up against AI.
Yeah, so
it's like,
social media first took the industry to a new level, and now AI is like, yeah, my mom will send me stuff sometimes of like epoxy floor pours. Well,
Yeah,
they're
you're like, that's
in
cute.
one shot, they're like grinding the floor, they put all the wood down, they pour it, and I'm literally like, Mom, please,
Yeah.
you're
Like,
hurting me.
It's not possible.
Yeah. But actually, it's funny. So I went to art school for college. I have a degree in graphic design, and it was I really wanted to go to PAFA, the fine arts school, but my dad was like, I'm not spending hundreds of thousands to weave a basket. It's not happening. So let's like make it more, like we're making it more commercial art, right? Because I was an artist growing up. Like I just loved, I just expressed myself that way.
Shout
So-
out to Dad for knowing that.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't want his
Yeah,
daughter to
Dad.
be a starving artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
He's
like look back on that and you're like, oh, that was a good idea?
It was the best idea.
Yeah.
It was, because it put me perfectly positioned to match both things. Like I was still using mixed media, but then it was funny. It's actually really funny. You just like some download just dropped in my brain.
It's the headphones.
That too. But what I used to do is still tactile art, and then I would scan it and create that as my digital background on
Yeah.
things. So I was mixing both.
Yeah.
But what's funny now is I had a group of friends that were like interior designers or like visual merchandisers that we all went to the same school. And, you know, their designs and their visions were actually their own brain feed, or pull inspiration from Vogue magazines, but now people are doing it like at 9:30 at night, like on 3 glasses of wine, while they're like on like TikTok. See what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah. And then they text me.
but I don't want to discredit them. Yeah. Or
Can we
me.
even can you call your designer in the
Or me.
morning? Can we do it? And then I'm texting her and be like, hey, you want to go to Logan Inn? I got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the whole
It's a
thing.
marble bathroom. It needs to be all marble.
Yeah.
All of it. And like
They want the
bright-
faucets as marble.
So this bathroom, let's talk about this real quick. So
Let's talk about it.
this is one of my clients, you know, obviously through StoneTech, but I mean, amazing taste. Yeah, and this is unbelievable. She was inspired. She's a world traveler. She's, you know, you have to see it now.
So the customer came to you, or is this a designer came to you?
Same homeowner designer. That's her home.
So the the best projects that we've ever done, the customer was someone like you,
Okay.
or the entire interior designer, or someone close to it, because those are the people that let us push the limits.
Oh,
It's so
Yes.
difficult to get a customer,
Yes.
like the one where we were working with most recently, who is very rigid. Like, you know, like, hey, just trust me and let me do this. But it's like, no, I can't go that way.
no.
So, like, you're right to say that the social media has definitely allowed us to do more cool stuff.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like the customers
Yeah.
previously that weren't in the industry would never say yes. Now they have something to
They've
be like, oh, my.
visual confidence. So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what it's going to look like. And go back to the one sink that you looked at initially. That was the purple one with the slanty, like the pitch, you know,
Yeah.
we call it like sink integration. That it's funny. You have some clients who are like, yeah, I want that. Right. And then you have other ones that are, there's some overreach though. Can we talk about that? Like, let's get really down and dirty with the overreach.
This used to be called the No Prisoners podcast.
yeah. Can we
So
have the no holds
you,
barred?
You go in, girl.
Yeah, we're gonna go in with this. There's a little bit of overreach with some clients, okay? Like you know this. Like if you're coming to StoneTech or if you're coming to Revival, you are paying me and you're trusting me that I'm gonna take your vision and we're gonna get it to where it has to be.
I relate to that in so many ways. Usually what I'll do is reframe the situation and just like pause and be like, hey. Right? You hired me because you knew we would get it done.
Yes.
And you saw what else we got done, and that was because of all the relationships we have. Mm-hmm. So the two things I use that argument for, or not an argument, it's like a pause point.
I would say
is
discussion.
when someone wants to bring in an outsider, it's like, oh, hey, my cousin's our painter. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Or someone like AI's feeding that conversation a lot now too, because people will be like, oh, I want this. And I'll be like, look, whatever the particular situation is, not a good idea,
Yeah.
or X, Y, and Z education, and then
Yes.
there'll be like a little bit of pushback, and it'll be like, hey, why'd you hire us? Like, why, like it wasn't so you could tell us what to do, so we could tell you how to get it done the best way.
Like, I'm not trying to like not give you not even what you're paying for. I'm trying to exceed your mental state where you're like, wow, that's possible. So when you have overreach where someone's like, well, like, how does it get like that? And it's like, you try to explain it, right? And then they're like,
It comes from a lack of confidence in the situation, I think.
it does, but that's okay because I don't know everything. And when I don't know something, I have to ask. But then it's, well, it's like I don't want it to look like an arts and crafts project. Like, I don't know. It's just, sometimes it gets a little weird where it's like, what do you do? And then when you find out that they're like, I don't know, like they're a personal stylist, it's like, I don't know. I would never question if you were putting together like a pair of navy cowboy boots with like a fuchsia like picnic dress. I did this
literal conversation yesterday with a lady who was like not just became a client. We'll build their house, and she in her business, like the conversation started going off like right off the bat, questions, and I was like, hey. In your company, like you have a sales process, right? And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, okay, take a seat. I was like, welcome to the process. And she was literally, you could see, because she's like, most of our customers are business operators of some kind. Like they own something or they work in some sort of high capacity role. So like when they hear like, oh, I hold my beer, I got this. They're like, okay, thank God. Because I'm the same way.
They're looking to be led.
If Gilmar comes into a project and he's like been flying the drone for 30 minutes, and he comes in, he's like, okay, I got all the shots. Like, this is what I now need. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, give me the microphone. I'll tell him what he needs to hear to the camera. And then he just disappears and goes and does his things. And then the videos come out. It's like, thank you. Like, I don't have to do any of it. People like, so like you want people to take it off your plate. Some people aren't willing to let it off their plate though.
It takes a certain person to be able to unpack it. And I feel like with my previous experience, because I wasn't necessarily immersed into designer and architect discussions constantly because of the lack of technology and machinery that could support their vision. Follow me on this, right?
Okay.
I was constantly dealing with a rotating door of pseudo walk-ins or referrals where, they've had a nightmare before with fabrication.
Okay.
Or they just don't know what they don't know. So I became the queen of unpacking the defensive mechanism where they were
You
like
would handle the challenges right away.
in a way that made them still feel like they were heard, where I was like, okay. And I liked kind of when especially the men, shout out to the men.
Hey.
They would get a little spicy and like,
You do have,
I'm a girl.
You do have alpha boss energy.
But only when it's appropriate. And that's really funny. So
I don't know. You carry yourself. I don't think alphas always understand. And I mean this respectfully, because sometimes the alpha thing is like the manosphere is just negative. But like
I don't think it's
you
negative.
carry yourself with confidence, and when you walk into any room, it's like, hey, Kat's here. What do you guys need?
Thanks. Listen.
But even when you come to lunch or something like that, you show up and I'm sure the servers are like, who the hell is this?
No.
But in a respectful way.
I understand that, but it's so funny. So we're like, this is my comfort zone for like bouncing around on topics. But I had a conversation on conference call with a team of 3 builders who I love. They're all on the same team and they're great. But the one guy said, "Wow, you're a lot of woman," or something like that. I love him. Like I really do. I love them. Like it's a father-son team and the brother-in-law. And I actually enjoy them and I know how to handle them, but they were getting a little weird. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. We're doing that. Like they just needed to be told. Right. And he goes, you're a lot of woman. I feel so bad for your boyfriend. And it was funny because I started laughing and I said, the safest place for me is with my boyfriend. I've been with him for 2 years. I can just be a girl. Like I can just sit there and be like he
what does he
leads
do?
me. He's a lawyer.
Yeah. Yes.
He's a lawyer. So like
the guy can make a decision.
yeah, and like it's a smart one. And it's like I don't even doubt it. I'm like,
but
whatever.
does someone like you, like a lady like yourself, that's like just very powerful and like, do you need a more masculine man, or do you need like a more what are you drawn to, like and go to for leadership? Because people come to you for leadership. Like when you're dealing with him, like what is it about his characteristics that are just making you kind of just like dial it back and just be relaxed, Kat?
I feel like the dynamic, I was with my ex-husband for 19 years. That's a huge chunk of my life.
Yeah.
You know, my boyfriend.
It's almost half.
We'll say it's half. Yeah. It was a great chapter of my life. I mean, fantastic. I'm not even going to sit here and rag on any of that, but I mean, obviously, it's whatever. It is
Well,
what it is. We'll
all
put it on the
good
shelf.
things come to it. Like,
Yeah.
But,
The chapter's
but
over
the
and
way
it is what it is.
the way
Yes.
you're respectful about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not all 19 years were bad.
No.
Exactly.
No.
You
We're
wouldn't have
moving
had
on.
2 kids. You wouldn't have done all
No.
those businesses.
A beautiful life. Yeah, I'm not even worried about
Yeah.
it. But I dated a little bit in between meeting my now boyfriend. And it just was like weird and a little bit noisy. And I'm like, I don't know. So I took time for myself. Obviously, like I did. I was like, I just need to like chill for like a second. And what drew me to my boyfriend now is the quiet confidence, not the peacocking. He's not a peacocker at all. He is so confident, so smart. Like, doesn't have to show how smart he is. Loves all of it. Like, loves the girl, like, loves the girly stuff, like, loves to go hiking, but also likes to, like, randomly fly to London for a weekend and just party. Like, he's me and him are on this adventure together, but what attracted me to him that made me want to stay and not just be like, oh, I'm going to be single forever was the quiet confidence, the stability, the aligned, like, moral compass, and, like, we're the same age. There was like a lot of boxes that were checked that maybe the previous chapter I thought were, but they were not, which is a part of growing and becoming like a woman, you know, and figuring yourself out. But he's hot too, so that helps. Like, he's super handsome as well. And it's so funny. I love how he dresses. Like, he wears, I call it his lawyer outfit, which he thinks is hysterical, but he never goes to work not in a suit and tie. And they're like custom suits, and they're like so hot. So when I first started dating him, I thought I was so cool because he'd be like, "Hey, like, I'm working, you know, a little bit late. Why don't you meet me at, like, I don't know, park at like 7?" Okay. And I would just show up in a sundress, and here this guy would come in with a briefcase and like this ridiculous suit, and I'm like, I'm that girl that's like dating the guy in the ridiculous suit. Like, I'm that girl. But then he would look at me and be like, I'm dating the girl who's wearing that. Like, we were both like, oh my God, this is really fun. It was like really stupid in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
I have a funny story to tell you about like that area specifically. My second date with Ariel, we met like right there. And went to a kitchen.
oh, right down the street, like
Yeah.
one block
Well,
away.
yeah, that's like I literally would eat that whole block was like Monday through Friday.
That's
like
great.
when I met Ariel, she was like, "You're a pro." Like, I only ate out.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time to make
No.
food. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an industry man. I don't have time to cook. That's it. There's no time for this. And dude, she showed up in this red romper, and it's still a joke. Like, she still has it, just like
She has to.
just like as a joke. Cause like I like was just like, and mind you, there's like homeless people and shit everywhere. But
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
I was like, it's gonna be an all long night. Oh, we're gonna go out in that outfit.
Yeah.
I gotta show this off on the town. Right?
She's hot.
No, I get it.
She is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, your wife's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just funny. Like, and there's certain things that, like, you just, I don't know, they just click. But it's really funny because when I met him, I was in the transition between working for a stone importer before StoneTech. So he met me when I was like in this inner, like, weird purgatory. Like, am I going to do my own business? Am I going to pop it off? I was digitally I was like
that's a struggle because like anytime you transition as a business owner, even if it's to a different business, you kind of go through this like, oh, should I just quit? Should I just hang it up and just relax for a little bit? And then you're like, somebody comes along and they say something to you like, that's not an option. And you're like, you're right.
Yeah, no, it was weird. But how I met Dino, and it was very interesting that when I was working for the stone importer, they specifically told me, do not go there.
What's a StoneTech?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Dino, owner of StoneTech, not Dino boyfriend.
No, Dino is not my
Yeah,
Patrick, on record, on everyone here.
Yeah.
Dino is not my boyfriend.
I just had to clarify.
Patrick is my boyfriend.
Dino's a great guy.
Dino's the man. He's my boss. Which is so funny. I never thought I would A, have one, and B, be younger than me.
So, but people were like, don't go to StoneTech.
No, not people. It was the owners of the company that I was under contract. And the reason why I was with them was because they needed to develop their business. And I used to buy stone from them for like almost 20 years, you know, and they were like, hey, we really need to like get into the social media. We don't know what to do. They knew I was done with my old company.
So they needed a figurehead.
They were like, can you just come and just spice it up and figure out what fabricators need? I know what you needed, but so I was able to go into the back door of all these shops locally, all over the place, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and see how they operated. But Dino and Danny import their own stone.
Yeah.
So there was no hole for that opportunity. But me developing business was like, hey, I don't listen. I'm like, why are you telling me I have to go there? But I knew why. But we were actually like a certified dealer of Blanco sinks, like this stone supplier. And we were trying to get that up and running. And I was trying to bring this like sexy feel to Blanco sinks. I'm like, we should really push this and become like the industry leading standard of like East Coast. Like I was trying to get them there. So when they said don't go to StoneTech, I thought I was in Trenton doing something else. And I was like, I am going to go to StoneTech and I'm going to ask them about what they're doing with their models of their sinks. Like I went to the sink approach. But when I walked in, I met Dino's brother-in-law, John, who's a great guy. Like he's awesome. And he's great. He was like, what are you? And I said, well, I'm with Alpha Stone, but I explained what I was doing. And he goes, let me show you around, like randomly. And I was like, all right. I didn't tell him any of my background or anything, but we went in the back and he showed me, it was like the marble slabs, like the marble rooms. I was like, what the hell? And then the machinery, I started geeking out on the fabrication because as a girly girl, 5 days a week, I was like work boots, dust in my hair. Like that's my old shop. So I was like in love with the back. I was like, wow, I need to be here. He saw how nuts I got. And he was like, you know this? And I said, yeah, I do. Well, he texted Dino when I was with him. He was like, you have to meet this girl. So I was getting ready to walk out and Dino came out and he was like, yo, where are you from? And I introduced myself.
I know exactly how he would come out.
Yeah. He like came skulking out. He's like, woo, what's going on? Like, what's up? You want to work with me? And I'm like, what are you talking about? No. Like I was so taken back by it. And he's like, I really want to talk to you. So I gave him a couple minutes and I was like, all right, well, let me think about it. I'm not going to disrespect.
You're not going to come here while you're working and get it.
Yeah, that's wild. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like ethically, like that's not cool. Right. So we kind of left it on the shelf. And I said, when I'm done my contract with them, which is July 30th, which ironically was my birthday. That was when my contract was up. I will call you. I promise. So that's what I did. And actually, it's funny. I didn't call him. He texted me the week before my birthday, and he goes, what's up? When are you going to come by and see me? When I'm done my contract. So then I traveled a little bit the first 2 weeks of August and kind of blew him off because I just wanted to do my own thing. And then I made an appointment to go see him and his father and talk middle of August of 24. And then I kind of left. I was like, all right, that was cool, but like I'm going to like think about it. And then he called me again and goes, come talk. Let's negotiate. Went there again. And I was like, I got to really make sure it's worth it because I'm either going to go my own route or if I'm doing this, it's got to like click all these boxes that I have to take my own like boss
agency
shit there. Like I have to bring it there. I can't go somewhere and be like muzzled, you know? And
yeah, with your personality, like you would,
just wasn't
you would
gonna
be
work.
the worst employee if you weren't given like the freedom to grow on your own.
Well, they saw that they knew. Actually, they didn't know, which is funny. They didn't know what I was capable of. They were only listening to what I was telling them. But I kept telling them,
They knew. Those guys do enough business to be like, this is who we need.
Well, that's what. So there's there's a guy. Dino was like, that it's a non-option. Like,
they're probably freaking out the whole month of July. Like they probably have your picture up on the wall with a countdown being
candles.
Like, no, because like for how much, like because I used to do a lot of business with StoneTech.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. And then you come on the scene. Yeah. And next thing you know, I'm back at StoneTech.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, I'm at Easter at freaking Dino's house.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm like, damn it.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but life's so weird. And it was just, I told them, like, you have to let my hair go on fire for a minute because I know what I can do here. And Dino was like, just do it. And I'm like, okay. And anything I asked, he was like, I don't care, do it. I was like, shit, he really means it. Like, I'm just going to do it. And I did it, and I'm still doing it. And now it's like, you know, even when I start getting in lockstep where it's like, it kind of gets, not complacent because it's never that. It's more like, more of the processing side of it. It kind of gets like stifling where I'm like, no, I got to push the envelope a little bit more. Like right now I looked, last night I was actually, because I work nonstop within the nooks and crannies, I have 43 active projects right now. Just my pipeline, 43 active projects. And they could be anything, like any of those could be my projects.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
Yeah, and when you say 43 projects, it's like a good deal of those are like some real
like they're crazy. Like they're not for the normal human beings.
They're not template Tuesday, 2 weeks later show up at the counter.
No, they're like.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing right now. I would say the one area of all the areas of our company, countertops seem to be the one where people kind of either really just want to take our lead or go rogue.
Yeah.
Like we've gotten rid, like it happens with any customer, especially when you're doing business with customers that own businesses, they know people that do things. So they want to integrate those in.
Of course.
And just working with you and StoneTech, like it's when you get stabilization at our level, you don't rock the boat. And that's how I feel about you with StoneTech now. It's just kind of like,
Andrew.
please don't go down to that spot at the Jersey Shore and like try and get a better deal. Like you're gonna cause us problems. I know you think you're just doing the best for your project, but like I've seen, like nothing is worse than a countertop coming in and then having to go back. And then the customer's like, why is my kitchen not done? Just be like, well, like, and when you can control for that, it makes the process better. I'm not saying like StoneTech never makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
It's how you handle it though.
But you guys, like, when there is a mistake, it's like it's so fast.
Yo,
and
Andrew, I have to tell you something that just popped in my head.
Tell me.
So I had this conversation the other day. There was a certain client that it was through a designer, but me and the designers were freaking out. You were brought up. That's why I'm saying this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is usually the case.
Me and the designers were losing our mind about the way that this vanity looked. I mean, it was absolutely like the way it came out. Like she literally texted me. It's a team of girls, and I'm obsessed with them. They're great. Their vision's great. Like they're just on it. And she was like, "I'm giddy. I feel like a schoolgirl." But then when the said client came home, it was, "What's that? What is that?" And it was like, so I like, you know what I mean? Like it's a you know what I mean? It's a fissure. It's a natural, nothing happened. It's like it's called like crack seal. Crack seal is when, this is where I geek out, but it's like oxidation of stone that sometimes can turns amber. And personally, I'm the one that saw that said project from start to finish. So I know for a fact that my eyes would have never have left it leave if it wasn't up to par.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of like stand up and be like, no. And I had a meeting with Dino about it, and Tom. Tom's like VP of like he's right under Dino. Like he works synonymous with him. And I just go to him for admin things and for help with support. And I said, you guys know what happens. Like I will rip a whole goddamn kitchen out if I just don't think it's up to par. Like if it's going to question the integrity or the standard of what someone's going to hold me against, and I know that it's going to cause a problem, that shit, part of my French, is not leaving the shop. Or if someone's going to whistle about it loud enough that actually has the experience, it's going to be like, yep, I don't even want to hear it. Just move it out. Everyone thought I was crazy. I was only at StoneTech for maybe 3 or 4 months. They're like, we're it's like a kitchen that's like 35 grand. Like, what are you doing? Like, trust me, hold my beer. We're going to do this. And look, that was how the relationship was really bonded, because you have to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And that
well,
was
to put
the
context on what the situation was, we had a high-end kitchen.
Beautiful stone.
Beautiful stone. With natural stone, you get natural stuff. And when the countertops were installed, it just didn't, there was nothing necessarily wrong with the stone. It just didn't look good. And we sent Kat pictures, and they pulled out an entire countertop.
It was immediate.
Like the same,
it was immediate.
And I was literally like, and so like for me, it's kind of like, okay, that's amazing. Let me go back to the client now and just make sure that they realize what I'm about to do based upon the feedback I got from them. Because it's like, we see it, we're like, all right, cool, like we'll talk to the client about it. They see it, they're not happy. And it's like, okay, not happy means we're ripping it out, which is fine. We'll put it back better. But then you have to realize, like, we got a little bit of time here, but it'll be back better, perfect. And like, they were like, whoa.
In this situation, and this wasn't even a fissure. This was an instability issue in the slab that was going to cause a problem. But once there's a season of doubt where it's not a fissure, it's actually like a crack that was going to start causing saturation. Like, so if water spilled on it, it was going to start showing like a deep gray, like saturation vein. Like it was just going to become the nagging wheel. It's like, what is it actually worth? Like, come on, man. If it's not going to be this problem, it's going to be another thing. There is tolerance in natural stone. The little, like, scratchy Fisher, not really up for discussion. That's a part of the material. I mean, it's really not, right? That's why you do renders and you approve. But I'm still going to do right by them. Like, we're going to figure that out. But Mother Nature made it. But you were brought up because I was like, if anyone's going to rip anything out in this company, it's going to be fucking me. Because I did it.
I've done it before.
And I'll do it again. Yeah. Or I'll stop it before it gets there.
It's that we work that hard for our customers. So when the people doing that, we're doing business with also operate on that level, it's a no-brainer for me. Because like different things have happened throughout like the course of my business where we're just like, we decided we were just going to be the company that just took care of it. Because I know like from buying different types of cars or doing business with other people or custom suits or watches or something, like there's a certain experience when like I'm buying something that when like the other person appreciates my business so much that like they just handle it. Like, I'm like, that's how I want to be for the people that are doing business with me.
You're being led. Goes back to 10 minutes ago.
Yes. So when it's like, okay, you don't like we've done that with we did that with an entire patio one time that was sloped. And it was sloped and everything was exactly how it was discussed with the customer. And it came out and they just weren't happy with it, which we were kind of knew was going to happen. And we discussed that as well. And when I was like, okay, so like, we're kind of here now. We all agreed that like, we kind of got here together. What do you want to do? I'd be like, oh, well, what can we do? Like, there's nothing really to do. And I'm like, no, I'll rip this out tomorrow and redo the whole thing. And they're like, what? And I was like, I'll call the concrete guy right now and tell him the problem, and he'll come over here and rip it out. Because that's just how the whole chain down, and like, that's how it should work. Or maybe not how it should work. That's how it works with us.
Same. I have a little bit of a guardrail now because I have to passionately discuss that with, said people that are actually financing the process. Now, it wasn't me, but I feel like I have a lot.
People try and grab stuff that's not fair.
Well, that's where I shut it down.
Yeah.
I can see right through that. Yeah. My thing, I see that coming a mile away.
You have to you have to defend when necessary, but the people, like, you have to trust that the customer knows, like, okay, we went out above and beyond for you 10 out of 10 times. Yeah. This 11th time, this is not a thing. This isn't worth, like, what you're complaining about isn't like it's not warranted. It's gonna be fine.
Sometimes it's a personality thing too.
Yeah.
I read that right off the bat.
Let's see how much we can get.
Yeah, it's like opportunistic, like grab. I can read that right away.
Blame you.
I mean, I could read it. My thing is, I don't want someone walking in their kitchen after they spent $1,500 or $75,000 and being like, knowing that the process I was aligned with that. Like that goes, I'll be okay with it if it's a certain said personality thing. But if I know that it could have been avoided, or if I know that it should have been handled a certain way, I'm going to try to handle it and like cut the legs off of it immediately. I don't like that. It's a very important purchase. It's a very personal purchase. Like even a master bathroom or even...
It's a piece of art.
It really is. It's a one-of-a-kind custom situation. And I feel like you want them to have that magic in their investment, not a stained experience, because you're really just depositing back into that defensive market that I was just talking about, where now you became someone else's
problem.
Yeah, and now they can go and say, well, I have this thing done over here.
The kitchen turned out great, but this lady's
like she,
the countertops could have been better.
Yeah, it's like
you don't want that.
Do better. I'll do better next time.
So when you're dealing with like the super exotic stones, like like the Nambia white, the Calcutta, what was the most recent one we were talking about? The Calcutta green, like stuff like that. Where, like, how rare is some of this stuff? Like because you can't just like go and just get whatever piece, right? It comes from like a specific place in the world. Sometimes only one place, right?
Yeah. It's like, so stones are like so crazy, actually.
You can't just go, like, because sometimes you see these stones and you're like, where on earth was this found? Like, this is
like
on planet Earth?
And like how? Like how is it found? Like, I want to know who found that first. Yeah, it's like really weird. I went to Italy for the World Marble Show last year. StoneTech sent me, and it was like humbling because I've been doing it for so long. I've been to quarries before, but not a stone show where it's like that level of like the blocks and you choose them and you watch them get processed. And I mean, it was bananas, to be honest.
So they were processing huge.
Oh chunks. Yeah, if you can scroll down, I'll show you. You could just play this real quick. I mean, if you're gonna, I'll show you. Keep going. I'm so
glad we have the TV back.
Oh, it's the best. This is really good. Hold on, keep going.
Loading.
Hold on. Keep going. There's only right there. Go right to the right hand side where there's like the kitchen up. Yep, that one. Click on that. So this right here I did on purpose. I wanted to show, it's a little real. I wanted to show clients from start to finish. That's Taj Mahal. Very common. Yeah. Everyone gets Taj. With that being said, this is actually where it starts, right? So that's like the actual mountain where it's quarried. That's called a topple.
Oh my God, Kilmar, look at the size of those people.
Yeah, that's a topple, right? So when the topple and it naturally breaks, that's me. When
that was so funny.
When I tell you, my mind was rocked. So this right here looks like a giant like loaf of bread. They slice that with diamonds. It's actually diamonds on a band, and they slice it down to the calibration you call. So if you need like 1 1/4 material, 2 cm, I'm actually in the processing plant right now, right? So you look at it, it's like a little bandsaw. Yeah, with diamonds. So they cut the calibration, and then what they do is they bring it inside into the processing. You actually have like human beings inspecting every piece, their fiberglass in the back to make sure in the container it doesn't break. You have like the guy that's been working there for 25 years putting the resin on the back. Then it goes to quality control. So when I see this guy right here, he's going to pull it out and he's like doing all this like solution. He's cleaning it, he's polishing it. So when it gets to someone's house and they have a strong opinion on why is this, it's like, do you even understand what you're actually looking at? Like, I think you would be like in tears of gratitude.
Yeah, that's why we had a customer recently that was looking
Wild.
at Gilmar, looking at like this like crazy green stone, and like the one we showed them that they weren't happy with, I looked at and I was just like, "You're beautiful." I was like, "Don't let them get you." Like you are literally one of the most beautiful pieces of stone.
Like,
and if I could convince Ariel to build a house right now and go into construction again, we would be doing a new kitchen piece. Just to put in that kitchen, just to do a kitchen. Like, I literally was like, we should just buy a house. I was like thinking about it. I'm like, we could flip a big one. We could flip like a $2 million house and put this in. And like Ariel was like, dude, you're gonna like. She was like, this. Nah, not for a piece of stone. I was like, literally that. So I didn't even know. I knew that it existed, but I'd never like.
It's amazing.
Been like, damn, like that exists.
Yeah.
It's not even.
And then I was like, ChatGPT, how do you get green? Like, what conditions do you need to get
it's
this color?
Yeah.
Or what conditions do you need to get this color? Like, that's what I like. Then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and then you start to realize, like, oh, this can only occur like one little spot in Turkey or one spot in Italy. Like, and that's it. And then you're like, well, there's not enough variety. And it's like, okay, well, they're making more next month.
I don't even know, man. Like, that's where I get.
They're going to do a little bit more next month.
Yeah.
And then I guess, like, what happens, though? You just dig all it out of the ground, and then that's it.
It's the gift that keeps giving. Like, yeah, it really is. But it's the little nuances, though, that I know. Like, in Namibian white, there's black. Sometimes there's, like, little black, like, dots in the Namibian white. You'll have this like beautiful, milky, like gorgeous white, and you have these little black dots, and it's like, I don't really want that in there. And it's like, okay, if you knew what it was, it's graphite. So you know your pencil, like that was formed, and that piece of graphite is actually through all 11 of those slabs, which means you literally have a giant long piece of graphite through that slab. It's just cut into
just a pencil
just
point.
A pencil
through
point
an
goes right through it. Like that is so cool. Or like the granites that are like, it has all these like cranberry dots in there. It's like, well, there's cranberry dots at one point because I'm a stone dork, but they are at one point were extreme pockets of raw flame because it's a volcanic rock. So igneous rock is granite, right? It's formed by like Earth's heat and Earth's core. So when you see these granites from like 2005, 6, 9, 2011 that are like, have these like cranberry movements or like these little fire dots, like that's what they are. So when I traveled to Lake Placid and went onto the Whiteface Mountain, like they take you up into this like Jimmy rigged little like shackly little elevator, and the whole inside of the mountain of Whiteface is just bleeding red. And what it is it's solid garnet. And at one point that was like raw flame, how it was formed. If like your brain can wrap around like how this sediment was actually formed, and then to think that it's like toppled and then sliced and then polished and then shipped, and then like human beings are like rendering it, and like it's just wild to me. But if you knew the components and like the minerals behind it, I feel lucky that I do what I do. I absolutely am obsessed with it. Like I love it so much.
Have you ever seen the pyramids?
Not in person, no.
Do you like so what you know about stone and like that type of construction? Were the pyramids built by man?
No.
Hey there, Gilmar from Amore Studios here. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get back to the show. There it is.
That's a hard no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because like we're sitting here talking about all the technology that you got, millions of dollars in machinery.
Yeah. No.
And then before Jesus was here, we just built these buildings with chisels.
No.
Right? Okay.
So a slab's like 130 inches by, let's say, 78 inches. That's a huge slab, right? And they're like 1.25 inches thick. So think about that. Like that's like a little sheet of paper, but it's like heavy. It's like 1,500 pounds or 1,600 pounds, whatever it might be. Maybe more than that, depending on the color. Sometimes carries the weight. So the darker the material, the heavier it is. Mm-hmm. Think about that. So if I have 10 guys with 10 sets of hands, like trying to get their hands on that, like for a client that wants like no seam on their like full fireplace, like, girl, it's not happening. We're not carrying in a slab that's 75 square feet with 1 million dudes on it. How the hell are they building the pyramids? It's not happening. Like, we have some strong dudes that work at StoneTech. They are weird type of strong.
Yeah.
They're not doing it. Like, it's just not happening.
It is a weird type of strong.
I've seen them
Yeah,
lift
Gilmar.
insane sheets of.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird, like, I don't even know what that is. Like Neanderthal type strength. You're like, that's really crazy.
The stone place that we were using for a small period of time before we came back to StoneTech, we hold the record, back-to-back records for the 2 largest islands they've ever done in the entire history of the business.
That's fun. Okay. we'll give them that.
Yeah. So
yeah.
the first one we did, I had to tell them how to build it, and I didn't really know. And then they delivered it, and I was like, holy shit. And then the second one, I started getting the confidence, so I did a bigger one, and then they were like, this can't be one. And I was like, well, you guys did this other one. It's only like 1 inch bigger, right?
You're like, I'll push the envelope.
So they brought it in, and then this house was particularly hard how to get the stone in. We filmed them bringing it in. It was 15 guys, all like Turkish, Ukrainian dudes.
How?
Strongest.
But how did they get it into the door frame?
They
There's no way.
leaned it. They built a jig. It built like a metal thing.
I understand that. We've done that. You
On rollers.
Yeah.
Through the guy who was like in charge of operations looked at me when I had the camera out, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going on social media. This is like in case something happens to me. And he was like,
this is not
and
OSHA
they nod,
compliant.
and I was like, no, like this isn't an Instagram story, because the guy looked at me like I'm gonna kill you right now.
Yeah, he's like,
and
we're
I was
not
like,
show
no.
ponies,
I was
sir.
like, no, this isn't gonna ever hit
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
Like if this falls, it could kill somebody right now, the way you guys are doing this. So but they got it in, and when they put it down on the countertop, like I was like, God damn. He's like, don't ever do this again.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry.
I mean, the islands will really push it. I did one with my old company. It was double laminated Nevaska, which is gorgeous. It's like navy blue and white and black. It was the size of a slab, but it was double laminated. So now it's like, and they had big overhangs. It was like a crazy shape, right?
And they got 3,000 pounds square.
They actually left part of the roof off because it was a new build, and we craned it in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was like the easiest way. It was like, why don't we plan this ahead and at least get it there on like an A-frame in the house? That way, when we're ready, we're not like, because there's no door frame that can handle that.
And then another thing that we think about when we're doing that, like, so if we don't have like 9-foot tall door frames or something like that, there's that, or taking entire doors off.
Yeah, why
or
not?
leaving them off. The reinforcement under the island, we'll usually try and do steel. We'll, like, if there's like a wood beam underneath it, we'll call the architect and be like, you need to change this.
Yeah, you definitely need to do that.
Just different things like that I don't know that everybody that's putting in those big islands is thinking about.
They are not.
Because there's a bunch of houses that are getting built right now, like new construction, that have some pretty big stones in them, respectfully. And I'm just kind of like, I know how these houses are built. Like, I know how much that stone weighs and what the bouncy feeling you get in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That bathroom that's full Calcutta gold that I've shown you all that ornate stuff, we were down to like the pound. of displacement.
Yeah, and you should definitely be in that situation. You have to be using like engineered studs and everything like that, because everything has to be perfectly flat.
And they were, the builder that was involved was really in tune with that, as far as like how thick we were building it up, how big. We have our own stone engineer that tries to displace the weight a certain way and anchors the angles, and like that's the stuff that like I don't take for granted, that now I'm exposed to it, but also that's what you pay for. Like, people want that, and they're like, I want that. And then when you tell them that, that bathroom alone was like $250,000, they're like, oh, it's like, well, what do you think you're looking at? Like, there's so many heartbeats behind that.
Yeah, so many heartbeats behind that.
Really?
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
How many heartbeats are behind it?
Yeah, a ton. And
Because
people
think about
really
every
care.
one of those kids, or those people, their families, their beach vacation each year. You expect to have it. Why can't they?
Yeah. How often do you show like customers or clients this process to kind of help them understand what that looks like? Or
well, it's always accessible when a client comes in, and I meet them for the first time, even if they're coming in straight referral or with a designer, we always go through this, because I think it's really fun for them to understand the process. We go over, like, I always explain it like a stone ladder. I'm like, imagine a ladder, and like the lower rungs are what we're really not going to avoid, but you don't want to put in high traffic areas like travertines, limestones, like onyx, like those things can be fickle. And then as you, in different ways, but then as you climb up the ladder, you're getting into like marble, quartzite, and then granite. And then we'll talk about the top 3 rungs. And then we'll go over like, how does it get from raw and gross to like shiny? Like it's a 10-step process. Like the men really love it. Like when the guys come, they're like, I'm so into this. Like they're into it. And I try to do all that weird, like education, empowerment, raw discussion in a controlled, boring conference room, because when we're out looking at things, I don't want to now be saying, oh, well, that does this and this does that, because then they're like, what the hell can I get? Now it's like, hey, remember we talked about that? That's a marble, or that's a quartzite. So they're like, all right, cool, I can handle that, or I don't have tolerance for that. Yeah, it's like they're educated, empowered, and then we move. And that's actually something that Dino was super passionate about when he brought me on to StoneTech, that it's not, I always say we're not selling stone. They're buying in on an experience, but they're actually like investing in the trust that we're going to guide them properly. So I know that the people that have, one girl was hired, and she's adopted my sales model that I ran my old company on. Some salespeople have been at StoneTech for years before me, right? And they're going to do their own rhythm, and it's successful for what they're doing, right? That's fantastic. But not to say there's a right or a wrong way, but there is a more thorough way. But I think the more thorough approach is just based on my life experience, and then being able to communicate it properly with respect. There's no question that someone can ask me that I don't have the answer for. But if I don't have the answer for it, I'll shelf it and get the answer. I'm not beyond approach, but I've come across so many things that could completely knock someone out of their, like, I don't know. It's like, it's very rare that I'm in that situation anymore where I'm like, I just don't know, because I just been up against it.
Indecision.
Yeah, I feel like my livelihood depended on it for so long, by like raising a family on basically my word, because you can go to any stone person. They were buying it because I was their granite girl, or like my husband was their granite guy. Like, I took a lot of care in that. So I just moved that over StoneTech, and that's why I think I'm so successful, is because I don't feel like I work for someone. I feel like I'm lucky that I'm aligned with them, which is funny because through scaling, StoneTech has had their skips, and every business does, right? Yeah. I won't let anyone talk a weird way about it, because it's not the StoneTech that I've experienced as far as what I can't help. Maybe
not on my watch.
Yeah, like it wouldn't happen. Like, or if it's how you handle it. I'm not perfect, but I just have a lot of respect for the business itself, the industry. I'm obsessed with it, but also what Danny and Dino what Danny has, what he started, what Dino helped build, and what they both still kind of bounce back and forth with. And they really don't break my balls too much. Like, they really don't. They don't. Yeah. They'll, anything that I kind of bring up, they'll listen. What's
the difference between like a stone fabricator, a stone yard, a stone supplier? Because like sometimes
it's muddy, right? It gets
it's not clear to customers. I think like we handle everything for our customers, but when I'm looking at like the marketing and the sales of all these businesses, that industry is so convoluted.
It's so
weird because people like, oh, I get my countertop guy is blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, he doesn't have a yard.
Yeah.
You have to go to somewhere else to pick the stone out. that they don't give you a price for it, that they then send to the fabricator, that then gives you the price, and you're like, how's it that much? And then they got to go back to the stone yard, and you got to put a deposit on it with the fabricator, who goes back to the stone yard with the deposit
so
to
weird.
get it shipped to Virginia to get honed because they don't have the machine for it.
Yeah.
Like, what
How
is
to
all
simplify
that?
it. Okay,
What is
so
all that?
That's such a good like way to think. Like, I could simplify that based on what I did before and what I do now. So before, my company was built on having strong relations with stone suppliers, stone yards, right? So a stone yard and stone supplier are the same thing, which basically they're the clearinghouse from the country of origin, and they broker the blocks. So they'll say, I'll get a container, which is 75 slabs of viola, or I'll get a container of Taj Mahal, and they broker that at a certain rate, and then they sell to the fabricators. So basically, they're bringing in the cows, and they're selling the meat to the restaurant to now make it, right? That's the way you explain it. Now, that's what I did. So what I would do is client would come in, my old company would be like, hey, I would have my own stock, which I had relationships with all these stone suppliers, and they would say, Kat, we'll send you 6 of this, 10 of that, 12 of this, and like all a bunch of singles. And we would pay like cash for it. We would, or like they would discount it. We would pay it up front. We would divide all of the slabs into the number that we paid, regardless if it was all different numbers. And we knew that we paid X amount for each slab. So I knew what the market value was. So everyone was getting a deal when they bought from our own property. But if you wanted something cool, we would make it an experience and go to the stone yard and go pick it out. And then I would have to pay them. They would pay me because I'm basically making your suit. I'm buying the fabric from Joann Fabrics or Fabric Row, but I'm making your suit. So you're paying me. Don't worry about paying the fabric supplier. I'm making your suit, right? So what I think is really cool about StoneTech is all that is simplified now, where I basically have the cows on the hill from birth, almost, and I'm like serving you the burger. There's no middleman anymore.
Yeah, so when I deal with customers or designers that want to push me out of that, I'm just like, why? Because it seems risky. To involve more people in that process.
Yeah, so the one flex that I say to people is you're streamlining it in a way that, you know, we have right now, like, so a stone supplier is not going to run the risk, meaning that's their only job is to buy containers and sell to the fabricators. They are not going to run the financial risk of bringing in 7 different lots of viola. They're just not doing it because it's a ton of money. And viola, you know, stone is like bell bottoms and bikini tops. It changes all the time. Like, you know, different styles, different fads, greens, blues, whatever. That's not what Dino does. Like, he will bring in mixed containers, or like we always have an abundance. We have like maybe 10 lots of Calcutta gold right now. No stone supplier has that. Like, we have such a flex on our importing that if someone comes to us and they don't see what they're looking for, I actually question, are you actually in the market to buy? Because you're not getting, I don't know how many more options you could possibly want. Maybe you're not ready to purchase a stone countertop, but I don't know why you'd want to involve someone else, because you don't have to go to the third guy. You actually can come here and then go sit in my office and you can watch me render it. Like, I never thought that was possible before. Like, and now I have that access right in front of me. So, but that's not normal. So the reason why that happened is because, long story short, when Danny started the business, like back in the 80s, he did a lot of tile work because he's Greek. So his resources were from Greece, and he was getting the tile and the Greek tile and selling it to like federated, I don't know if there's a better word for it, but federated like big department stores. And then those callings asked him, hey, can you do the door jambs and like more of bigger format, not just tiles? Like, and he was like, I guess, and then reached out to his sources and said, do you guys have like slab work?
Back to the mother country. I need bigger stones.
Yeah.
We're running
That's
out of
how
windows.
it started, though. Isn't that cool? That's how it started. Yeah. So ethically, now looking back, StoneTech is actually like I could see being a fabricator and being like, fucking StoneTech, because like we simplify.
Oh, they hate it.
Well,
the world is very quick to say, not necessarily negative things or like false things.
Yeah.
But you can see that it's like, I'll get approached by someone and they'll be like, hey, I'm a stone fabricator, love your work. Like, who's doing your stone fabricating? And I'll be like, StoneTech, pretty much exclusively, unless like there's some one-off situation they can't handle. I don't know. And they'll be like, oh, and you know, like their sales mind, they're trying to like, how do I hard pivot? Damn. well, if anything happens, and I'm like, yeah, sorry.
Because you can't really flex on it. Like,
It's easier for me to like do business. Well, one, it's you.
thank you.
So now we have that. But
Yeah.
it also, when
Simplifies
I can
it.
streamline another area that is like that for us is tile. Installation versus supply.
Ugh,
So, like,
tile gives me a headache.
When we were building houses, just houses, it was like, okay, we'll go to the tile suppliers, we'll spec tile for all of these houses.
Yeah.
We'll order it, we'll hold it in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And we'll install it as we need it. But then what's then a problem when you go into the custom world, if something happens, you need to bring the tile installer back in. So then if your tile supply is you and your installer is someone else, anytime something happens, it's on you. But if your tile installer is also the supplier,
It's a different.
any warranty issue is on them no matter what. So when people are like, oh, like doing business that way is a little bit more expensive. And I was like, okay, let me explain to you all the things that could possibly come up. And when like, yes, it's a little bit more expensive to do with like our tile company, but if something happens, David will send a guy out there at my request, this like usually the next day, right? Or that week or whatever to deal with it now. Whereas like your guy has to go to whatever tile place, get more tile. Then he has to call the tile installer who's now on a job in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do we do?
You're
now we got to go in
streamline
a
the
new.
process.
So it's
Yeah.
like, and that's how I look at StoneTech. It's like, but it's also you guys have good prices, so it's like
It's
not even the same.
streamlined. It's streamlined
It's
a little
less worry, and the experience is really great. And you can go there and look at the stones, and then make a decision. So,
And I haven't talked to you since we ripped out the entire showroom. Ariel's there's not a single thing in our showroom. It is a giant hole right now in Trenton.
she
You
was
walk
there,
in and you're
2
like,
weeks ago.
sure, I'll give you $50,000 for a kitchen and not see a single piece of your work. That's where we're at. It's a complete shell.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Dino was like, I've had enough. And he just green lighted it and was like, I literally can't anymore. We're just doing it. And like threw some things up, like ideas of what we're going to do and have some things picked out because we have the resources literally like right there. Right.
It's on the other side of the wall.
Literally. And we literally, I mean, I had a designer this morning. She was there, 10 days ago? And she's like, where'd everything go? I'm like, it's gone. It's gone. There's not.
You guys do so much high end stuff now, especially with like the backlighting industry going the way it's
Oh
been.
my God, it's so funny you say that. I just
That the
quoted-
renovation has to like kind of be like an every couple year thing.
has to.
How much does a renovation like that set Dino back? Like, what are we talking about in stone into the showroom?
Oh, I don't even know. I
Hundreds.
have no idea. I'm
'Cause
actually
he's gonna
gonna
do something crazy in there.
Well, I mean, even Center City. If you went like market value, the Center City office on Washington Square, I mean, it's got to be over 100,000 just in a little 1-bedroom studio, pseudo renovated. It's like a weird morphed. We broke down a wall. Like,
How important was it to go into the Philadelphia market like that?
super important.
Because
We were missing as developing, right? All I kept hearing was like we're like Trenton, like we're like
don't wanna
all
go up
right,
there.
like it's like we're trying to promote something like high end, luxury, sexy, sparkly. It's like all right. So I said we're doing one of two things. We're either going to start looking in Manhattan or we're going to start looking in Philly. Like which way are we going? Like because this market's crazy and this market's neglected, and whatever's going on down in this market, which is the Philly market. It's not sexy enough for me. It was like, it's all the same players because my old business was right over the bridge.
Yeah.
So South Philly's got this like lock on it and they're just,
the Washington Ave.
oh, it's like tired and soggy.
I could tell you stories with Chinese dudes, Gilmar, buying stone from the Chinese.
Soggy.
Bro, going in there with just like being like this, like flipping houses and just going in, talking to some lady that speaks almost no English, communicating on Post-it notes, showing her giving you a price, you shaking your head, no. Her showing you another price, you shaking your head, no. Her sending you a third price, you showing her $2,000 cash.
How about this one?
Yeah, about this.
Yeah.
Her taking the cash, the stone showing up the next morning.
Yeah,
Oh.
Like literally
hot 8
beautiful
hours.
stone. Like literally I can get the stone there
It's
the
just a
next
weird-
day. But the entire time, yelling. It's loud. You're screaming.
It's just weird.
You're just but
And
when
that's
you're flipping
something-
houses as a young man and you need to get
Yeah.
Nambia White on the cheap for your flip,
Yeah.
the Chinese lady down the street has it on
Yeah.
Washington Ave. Like
Just
I
a
literally
weird
just
little
I literally got on my bicycle
niche.
and I like pedaled up there.
Yeah, it's just a weird niche. You know, it is.
Sorry, my ringer was on for the
That's
third
okay.
episode in a row. I turned it on so I could get cat.
Yeah,
phone.
that's why.
Yeah.
Blame it on cat defer.
Yeah, that's fine. So I feel like Philly, it's such a really cool city. Like I love it. I love Philly. And
Do you think that like you're kind of like the development's been going on for so long in Philly? Do you think it has more legs? Like, do you think it's just going to keep going?
Yeah, I
If
feel
you're
like
investing in,
yeah, I feel like there's so many creative brains that are in these little pockets in like Old City, Center City, like Rittenhouse, get more central, like Rittenhouse, Queens Village. Like there's these little like architects up on like Fairmount, or I just had a meeting with the AIA the other day, and they were up on like 6th and Girard, and
Yeah.
these really you wouldn't even know they're there, and they're like hungry for it. They like they need someone like StoneTech to go down there and be like creative and fun, and like the office in Center City is not like a showroom or like a design hub. It's going to be like a creative space where like you can see things you've never seen before. Like I created this edge, and I'll take like full on credit for it. Like it's why.
Yeah, hell yeah, you
I
will.
love that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
gonna,
that.
I'm gonna, and people are gonna have an opinion about it because it's crazy.
Yeah.
This edge is crazy, but I don't care. And like we're gonna we're gonna put that in and see what happens. But it's gonna cause a lot of conversations. Yeah, it's really we're pushing the envelope with this thing. And
You have to though, as like if you guys aren't doing it, then there's nobody else to do it.
or if we're not, somebody else will.
Or there's also that.
Yeah. So it's my whole thing, especially with my boys, is shoot for the heavens, land in the stars. So we might as well go where we gotta go, and then you land where you're meant to be, but you know that you shot as high as you could. Because, you know, when I found this property or this like space, it was just all by happenstance. It was aligned with a designer that I brought into StoneTech that was using us, but not intentionally. She was only using us because she was leaning into builders that were, but she was still kind of like skittish and like didn't want the liabilities. Nobody was really grabbing her from StoneTech to make her excited about it. And I met her on a project and she was like, oh, forget about it. And then a space behind her in the same building opened up, and she came to me and was like,
hey, you need this.
look at this. And I was like, it's done. And I went to Dino and Danny and pitched it and was like, I see the vision. We got to do this. And they were like, okay. And we did it. It's taken a lot longer than we thought it was, but
Building in Philly, no matter what you're doing, is
Oh, it's
always
crazy.
going to add percentage.
it's crazy. I never
Philly
thought it was going to take
percentage,
this long.
and then Manhattan percentage is worse.
That would have been a big mistake because the New York market splits. I buy my slabs here, I pay for my fabrication here, and you're not breaking that mold. So that's a market that we can cater to if you can re-engineer and like charm them. But I always tell them, I'm not going to do it your way. You're doing it my way, or I don't want the business. And I lose a lot that way because if we have a structured business, why am I going to do it the way you're telling me to do it? I'm not selling you individual stuff.
I'm learning that a lot.
weird.
I'm learning that now in like, in building up Revival to like not where I was previously, like in different sense. I'm learning that you have to kind of walk away from things, like especially people you can help. I had it happen recently and they came back. And this is usually what happens if it does end up being a client, they'll come back. So it'll be like, hey, like, you know, this is our problem, or I'll identify the problem, you know, acknowledge it to them, be like, this is how we can solve it for you. And then you'd be like, this is how it costs. No. And it's like, okay, like, sorry. And then, but like, we have to do it this way or I can't solve it. And they're like, well, no, like, we don't understand why. And it's like, okay. And then like, they'll go and do some due diligence, and then they'll come back and be like, all right, we just wasted a whole bunch of time.
Yeah.
Now we want to listen to your ideas. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and sometimes that's how it has to happen. But I had to get the confidence that like people are hiring me as a solution,
Yeah.
not to just be the yes man, which I never was. But it was like, just because you're
I
like,
don't take you as being a yes man at all.
but there was little things that I was doing that were inconveniences, like, oh, my painter. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we can use your painter.
All right.
And
so
then it's like, holy shit, your painter just messed up the whole house. And then they're like, yeah, we're really sorry. Where's your painter at? And I'm like, he's not here right now. I'll tell you that much. What
He
were
was
you?
not
What
chosen.
were you doing?
Yeah, he was not chosen.
Look at all these touch-ups we have to do now on like other things that aren't paint related because of your
Wow.
like stuff like that. So like, I've really in 2025 especially was like, no more. Like there are customers that I'll be flexible with that we have that trust.
Yeah.
But anything new, it's like, no. Like any sales calls I'm on now when they're like, they'll like, I'll be occasionally they'll be like, oh well, what if we want to use such and such, and I'll be like, we really like maybe I'll say yes to you because I really like the sound of this, but you really got to think about this, and I'll tell them a scenario why.
Yeah.
Because sometimes sometimes you can't say no. Like it's like, oh, like my brother-in-law imports tile. He works for Porcenosa, like or something like that. It's like okay, like
That's a little
sorry,
bit different.
like can't really do it. But when it comes to actually installing,
that's-
like if your
that's
hands
different.
are on the project,
Yeah.
the answer is no.
Yeah.
And that is because that's what's the defense of my product long term. Because if I say yes and the product drops down, all the customer sees is that the product dropped down. They can't rationalize on the fly that like it's because they made the product drop down. You have to defend what you're selling them.
And you don't want to be in that stance.
Never again. It happened like twice ever, but
It's horrible though.
and then one of them was a painter.
Yeah.
If you couldn't,
The
tell.
paint is like a sensitive topic, right?
Yeah, it is.
It
Sherman
happened
Williams.
like a year ago, and I'm still pissed. That was like literally the point where I was just like,
No.
I can't believe this is happening over $2,000.
It's not worth it. It's
We're-
not worth it.
We have more than $2,000 worth of problems and a countless number of my hours that we're just never going to get back solving this problem.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
totally not worth it.
So when you kind of like meet someone that defends their product, you're going through this now, Gomar, where you're like developing like exactly how you help each customer, even though each customer is different. There are standards for each customer, so like you just can't compromise on it. But people want to be like, oh well, we're taking pictures. I can take pictures, and be like,
Nah.
no, you
Not
not,
really.
like, or you know where it is for you.
yeah.
This happens. Like Gilmar talks to me about this all the time. He'll make these beautiful videos, and then and then people post them, and they'll post them like boomers. Like the formatting will be off, and I'll be like, Gilmar, you just made that gorgeous video, and it looks so bad
Yeah, it
because
looks crazy.
somebody just didn't. They're just like they just throw it out there.
Yeah.
And Gilmar's like, no, like
Yeah.
this is how you should have put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
That's got to be frustrating.
It is sometimes.
or
yeah.
if people don't use it.
Yeah.
People hire them for stuff, and then they'll be like, why didn't you ever, like, they'll hire him, and like one of our buddies, Tyler, shout out, hired him for all these mortgage videos, and then never put a video out, and then was like, oh, Gilmar, come through. And he's like, no, dude, use the other videos I already made for you. And that was awesome to hear. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, holding the ground. Those other videos
I
were
love that
bomb.
for you.
Yeah.
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 Do you consider yourself like the word that popped in my head is like you're a visual artist? Is that what you consider yourself?
Oh, for a long time I struggled with calling myself an artist just because I was like,
Well, I feel
Yeah,
like-
but
Well,
listen to Gilmar's.
but-
Gilmar's was a head chef.
Okay.
Then has designed his own fashion line
Yeah.
before, which was sick. Like people actually like it, people still covet the outfits and they're upset
I'm
that he
into
doesn't
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also does all of the content for me since he started working for me in like 2020-ish, 2019.
Okay.
something like it was like
And then he went
2020.
out on his own.
Yeah.
So like he's always making stuff, food.
You're an artist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude.
Yeah.
But is it funny? Do you feel? I think the older I've gotten, I'm really comfortable claiming that I'm an artist, and it can look in many different ways. It's not linear. But do you feel like it was almost imposter syndrome? Like, well, I don't consider myself an artist. Like when really you are. Like you are an artist. Like as soon as you said the video thing and people weren't formatting it right, I'm like, it's disrespectful to your visual art because you put so much care and attention on like the way you're looking at things, the way your perspective, and then when they're just like me, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little deflating because when I edit, I spent countless hours, and maybe I need
course.
to get better at this, but perfecting a certain shot or color, or
Yeah.
especially when I formatted for social media, like everything is cropped a certain way, and
Yeah.
I want to show what I need to show, what we need to show in order for people to understand the vision. So when it does get altered in a way that I wasn't consulted about first, I'm like, damn. So
Yeah.
but that's also I think up to me and something I'm learning that I need to then put that in maybe some other clause or make it known
Create
that's
boundaries,
like
yeah.
you know
People
create
want
boundaries.
that though.
Yeah.
And previously like didn't realize that that's okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, right, exactly, yeah. But
People want Gilmar to be like, no, we're not doing it.
yeah, and that's kind of what I need to get better about. Yeah.
Yeah, you learn. I mean, every single day I learn. You know, I know where my limits are. You know how to communicate with people. It's still a learning experience, you know.
Yeah, I think the artist thing was imposter syndrome because I grew up with I have a twin brother and he's very artistic. He still draws every now and then. He has a job in like AutoCAD design and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he's still grafting and being creative with lines and points. But growing up, he was always a better artist than me. He could draw you one to one. He'd look at you right now and draw you perfectly. And I'm like, damn, that's what an artist is. And I never considered myself an artist because I couldn't do that. You know, I could draw so, but I was never like that. So it took me a while to get over that hump to be like, you know what, you're an artist. Like, you've created clothing, you've created businesses, websites, videos, photos. Like, I've done a lot. So I need to really own that.
Your art, I constantly try and tell them, I'm like, dude, your art puts food on people's plates.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't make the content that people sell their work for, because like you kind of niched yourself into construction, for better or for worse. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. You seem to like it.
Yeah.
But like that industry requires like a lot of those people started doing things like, and I'll also take credit, a lot of the people that we know are doing things that me and you were doing because I wanted to do 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And now they're just like, oh, yeah, like we should make videos of us walking around and stop making fun of Andrew on YouTube. Oh, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, here's
Hot
Komar.
take,
You
right?
know what I'm saying?
Hot
It's just
take.
like, okay, so how many YouTube videos did we make? Like even our own business internally, we're like, what are you guys doing? And now like we're this like, when are we not being considered as like the standard of that?
Oh, yeah. No, I get told all the time. Like, I love the videos you and Andrew put out. Like, you know, who's
It's
doing
great.
this, who's doing
It's
that.
gotta be so, like, not reassuring, but like, it's like, yeah, like I really felt what you just said about your brother, you know, like living in that, it's a story you tell yourself. And as an adult, you look back and you're like, and I feel lucky that I can reflect back and think of certain situations of myself where I remember getting like an award for Halloween for my costume. My mom made it. I was Pinocchio, and it was like the most original. And I was like, that sucks. Like, what does that mean? Like, I didn't know what it meant, and I was like, not happy, but not sad about it. But I was like, all right, it's cool. And then a couple of years later, when I was like in gifted art, and then they were like, oh, original, unique. Like, and I started these words, and I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. Like, you start telling yourself these stories.
You want to be unique.
Yeah, like being original is actually really cool. And I thought it meant common. I don't know. It's like weird stories, but you're living in like these shadows when really not shadows, but like in the behind the cloak of your brother. But at the same time, you were curating your own passion for art in a different way. It's just like life is so beautiful that way.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is.
think so.
You know what though? Pencils were just cheaper. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I
You
guess.
held out for the camera.
Yeah, hell,
Yeah.
that
I'm not
camera.
gonna do some
Yeah.
bitch ass drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
photos.
gonna take big videos, Geraldo.
Yeah.
Do your pictures move, Geraldo?
My brother actually helped me a lot. When I first got my camera, my brother and I did it together because we had a YouTube channel and
Yeah.
we used to collect sneakers. So we used to have a channel about us collecting sneakers, and we'd vlog it and edit. So him and I would split.
Collecting sneakers is an understatement. It was an enterprise.
It was an enterprise. I didn't
I'm
really.
gonna say he's downplaying this right now.
No, because I didn't really buy and sell them. I like bought them and kept them. Like
Yeah.
and I wore them too. I wore the shit out of my shoes.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore because that's just a money pit like that.
It's okay. Yeah, your thing. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I knew Gilmore for like 3 years before I think I saw him with like the same pair of shoes.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
No, when people are into it, they're into it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah, and if
Yeah.
people drop money, and I'm like, hey man, I can't afford this.
Yeah.
So but
Where are the sneakers at now? Did you sell them all?
I sold some of them, but my brother and I twins, same shoe size, so we share them a
That's
lot.
the best,
So
yeah.
we,
Yeah.
it's just
It is
shoes.
what it is,
We're like,
yeah.
oh, you have the Jordan 4s, let me get those. Like, yeah, sure. So we just
Yeah,
trade
it's great.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I stopped the sneakers, but I still kept up with camera and whatnot.
Mm.
My brother, not so much, but he still takes photos every now and then. He has a daughter, so he loves taking photos
Yeah.
of her, and he takes really nice photos of her. But yeah, and then that's kind of where
I love
my
that.
shit evolved from.
Yeah, it's just we're lucky because we have that collective brain that like the three of us, and I don't know, I feel inspired when I'm around people that they use that side of their brain. My mom is that way. My dad is not. He's very like you're not going to fine art school.
we call people like that builders. They're just people that are, because like it's not like what I do is like actually building. It's like builders are just people that are always building like themselves, their business,
Yeah.
their talent. Like I consider myself kind of like a professional hobbyist. Like with the business, it's very serious, but like I do so many things at that same level.
Yeah.
You do.
And
Exactly.
people are like, how is this possible? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it's just what has to happen. It's like not even like, dude, it's like we got into archery. Dude, we filled the property with fake deer things for us to shoot at.
No
like
way.
we start building cars. We start building cars for real. Like it's just like if you're gonna do anything, full force, right? It gets difficult though when you like have multiple passions. Like we got cars, jiu-jitsu, golf, podcasting, company, baby, dirt bikes. It's like every week my life looks like a vacation because the hobbies require you to just constantly be just on an adventure, right? And that's like not something I look at bad, but there are times where you have to be like, hey, we're just gonna chill this weekend and not be on the move.
Yeah, I totally feel that.
And I felt that like I think that's just how I was raised. Like my mom is just a socialite. Like she's just always out and about. So when we were kids, like we were just always like we were always at something, always doing something.
Activated.
Yeah. So you don't realize that there's like, sometimes it's just good to just sit still and just like sit on the deck in the deck chair. It's like, no, what are we doing now? No, we're going to the aquarium. No, the aquarium's closed. Go to Orney Park. Like, let's go, party,
Yeah.
right? If we stop, we get depressed. Literally, like that's like I think that's what the whole thing was.
Yeah,
like if we
you're avoiding depression by actually being activated.
These two young men are gonna kill me if they don't keep moving. That's probably what she was thinking. She was like, I just need a breath. We got to keep them going.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
No, I'm a sucker for a solid rot. I say, what are you doing this weekend? I'm gonna rot.
A
That's
solid
what I say.
rot.
I am rotting right now. And I never used to rot. I was always busy.
No, I've never heard that, but I'm going to use that. Be like,
Thank
it's
you,
gonna be a
rotting.
rot weekend.
Yo,
I'm
it's the
just rot.
best. It's like I never did that, like ever. And I felt like I was always on the move when I was married and had the kids, because like we were in that zone, like just like can't, God forbid you like don't go to the Phillies game and then the ice cream parlor after, like God forbid, right? Like, that was us.
God
Like, that was
forbid.
us.
We got to go to Pat Steaks with all the other families.
Yeah, we got to hit all of it up and watch a movie on the way home in our TV with the giant screen. Like, we're doing it. But now that I have my nice little house with my boys, she's rotting. She is sometimes smoking and we're rotting.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, rotten pieces.
That's
I like it.
nice.
I love it.
I love that for you.
Yo, we got so much out of this.
Hell yeah.
There's some real quotable moments. Dude.
Rotting. I'm rotting this
That's
weekend.
like the start of the podcast. Gilmar will cut that in and just be like, I'm sitting at home and rotting this weekend. And then just me being like, today we have Kat Franklin on the show. just straight into the intro.
So we
So
are going to
great.
rot today.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
If
Yeah.
that's allowed, I will do
It's
that.
the best, and there's no other way to describe it. You literally just rot on the couch.
Yeah, we call it we have a Dropbox folder called now Goofing Off Incorporated. And it's like because we have so many cameras on my house, and then like everything we do is just I literally have access to so much camera equipment.
Oh my God.
That like, dude, like my brother will be like, oh, dude, the kid's gonna hit this jump on the bike right now. Brother, go get the GoPro. And like we just have a folder just filled with just like goofing off. And like some of these videos, like dude, they never go out. But we'll watch them
Yeah, but it's
occasionally.
the
Like my brother will
best.
send me this video, be like, "Bro, look at this crash," and it'll be like something, or like,
I love
"Dude,
that.
people are like, oh, do you have so like we have like our house is pretty secure, not upset about it."
Yeah.
The thing you don't realize about doing that when you live in the woods and like property is like, it's all wildlife videos. There's nothing negative. Like Amazon occasionally wanders down the driveway.
Yeah.
But like it's all raccoons right now.
Yeah.
Dude, we have like I have raccoon videos and fox videos, like so many right now.
Raccoon
and I'm like,
City?
we made this investment in the security system. And it's just National Geographic.
Yeah.
I feel like that
That's cool, though.
that Nature is Metal page. Like I just two raccoons just arguing in my backyard. Just like and the one's like and I'm
cool,
like I
though.
literally can see them talking.
That's so
That's
funny.
cool. That's different. I mean, if I had a camera on my house, it would be my neighbor who, smokes blunts at 7 a.m. with no shirt on.
Amazing.
And I live in a nice neighborhood. He's just that guy. He's a hippie guy. I'm like, what is happening? But
It's full circle, dude. Weed's legal now.
Yeah, it's legal now for a circle. Have fun.
Well, no, I think weed is actually. My brother said this past weekend that weed's federally.
Decriminalized?
Didn't Donald Trump sign like something? I don't stay up with that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
me either.
Someone,
No.
I think it was someone told me that like it's actually like because
Decriminalized?
the ibogaine thing, like all the veteran mental health stuff that just got signed that everybody was upset about. I don't follow anything, so I could just be like
I
making
don't
shit up.
really either.
But apparently there was
They, like,
something
push
with
that
like
in.
there was the ibogaine mushrooms, like psychedelics for
Yeah.
veterans, and like underneath that was like, yeah, can't arrest people for pot anymore.
Nice.
I think.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. Don't quote me on that, people.
Yeah. They'll take you to the bank on that. My son, his room is right on the same side as that said neighbor, who's actually really cool. The guy's like, I mean, he's like just the nicest guy ever. But he just gets up and just smokes like crazy. And in the morning, that's his thing. He works. He just gets up and does his thing. And
You got to worry about guys like that can just get up, get high, and then crush goals. Like
It's like animalistic.
It's like
what?
what is that guy up to?
yeah,
like
who are you?
yeah, like what? Like
But my son, he's 14, and when we moved in that house, he was 12. And at first, he was like, and I'm like, that what's his name? Oh, the neighbor's name is Kenny. He's not ever going to hear this. And if it is, like, shout out to Kenny. But
Shout out.
Kenny just made it a star spot. And he's the nicest guy. Where he goes, Kenny. And then as he got older, he was like, Mom, that's weed. And I'm like, it is weed. Yes. And he's like, Kenny's like ripping bones. And then that's what he says. And then they had a sleepover one night with his friends, and his room's like that's like a medium size. And I went out to go do something, go to Wawa. I don't know. I came back, and then I went upstairs, and it was like baked. And as soon as I opened the thing, he's like, the window's open, and Kenny's in the driveway, Mom. I swear to fucking.
your
He's
kid's
like
got like the
incubating
ultimate.
my room.
The
Mom.
kid's got like the ultimate cover though. He's probably
Facts.
in there
Yeah,
just ripping
Kenny.
bongs. He's like, Mom, it's Kenny.
Kenny, Mom. Eyes are so red.
Kenny, I told Kenny I'd vacuum the room. That's why the window's open. Be like, what? That makes no sense. You ever catch somebody smoking weed? Their answers are just like, what? you walk in and somebody's look. I did it to a kid. I was in a really nice hotel and I came
really
around
funny.
and somebody was smoking in like the elevator, or not the stairwell.
Yeah.
And I think the dude like worked there, but was like off his shift. And he's like, dude, it just ran past, dude. Swear to
I
God.
just ran fast.
And I was like,
It's fine, dude.
the skunk? Like, the
Yeah.
was like, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna
Fine.
fucking snitch.
Like,
Yeah, I
we're
don't
not
care.
calling,
It's
like,
hilarious, but it's
super.
really like your immediate. It got away.
I got away.
They went that way.
That's really funny.
Thanks for coming and doing this. This is really a good time.
It's so fun.
I know you should do a podcast.
You should.
You would actually.
It'd be so fun.
I think I don't think everybody should have a podcast. There's a trend right now that everybody thinks they should have a podcast. It's so much work,
It is a lot
and
of
you
work.
got it. It's a lot of energy. I think you have it.
You have
Thanks.
I
Thank
think
you.
you really do. Like you have that. Like
Thank you.
you're just like ready to go.
Yeah, like I got to be honest. The couple episodes that I recorded before,
First off, our first 3 episodes were not good.
Yeah, not
we're
good.
on episode, like, if you counted after 5 podcasts, No Prisoners podcast, and then Bucks Townies, we're in 300s.
Probably. Yeah,
Oh
if
my
not
God.
more.
high 300s maybe.
Yeah, because we
this is
started
only
in
the
20.
4th time I've ever.
We've
done
started
this.
in 2019.
Yeah, you
Like
guys
No
have
Prisoners, we were in like the 250 podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like you guys have like a library.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm a baby preemie in the NICU right now. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So
But the
you
first
but you
3
can
are
also-
so. If I look back, it's so embarrassing, kind of.
Yeah, you just got to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
Anytime
I'm fine
you do
with it
something-
right now, though. I feel so comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the experience of like knowing the equipment set up, knowing
Yeah.
like,
No, I'm into
Yeah,
it.
we worked
chill, and
hard
then
on that.
Yeah, this is what you see now is like
you guys probably
this our
worked through it.
4th studio.
Yeah.
The first studio we rearranged like 1,800 times.
Yeah, doing
Then
all
we
the
We
research.
record from a restaurant for a while. We recorded from 86 West, which is a big restaurant.
That's cool.
We record from his apartment. He used to have a living room sometimes, remember?
Oh yeah, we recorded
Yeah.
from a condo. Yeah,
Yeah, condo, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we
well, apartment condo.
apartment condo, yeah.
I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. No, I'm really grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, I had a
it's
sweet
taken about a
little
year.
spot down the street in the middle of the borough, and we were just like recording. We recorded a couple episodes in the front room, which was sick. Mm-hmm.
You guys just like pop this up anywhere?
Yeah, we now have it set up here just
Yeah.
full time, but yeah, we have like cases and everything. We could literally take this anywhere.
So if you walked in like a blind spot and you were like, you know what, we're just gonna plop here. How long do you think it would take from start to finish to get set?
30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, we got it down like this.
Yeah, we got it down to a system.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have like hard cases and stuff that like all this stuff goes into
Just like perfectly, like
perfectly.
little puzzle.
It pops out
right?
and boom, wires out.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why like that is 30 minutes set up, set down. So like the reason we'll do 2 podcasts a day now when we do them. So we'll record, like, we didn't have 2 today because the person's canceled last minute because they had, like, kid things or whatever that came up. So we'll do one at 3:30, then one at 5:30, because that way if we're here, we might as well do 2.
Yeah, you just grab all the content and then sift what you need, and then,
We don't even edit it.
I love that. That's what I like, though. I
So
like the lack of editing.
Well, so, like, the editing is all, like, one-time editing. So what we'll do is, like, we made a show intro, which we need to make a new one. Gilmore made this sick video of, like, flying the drone around.
Yeah.
That we want to make a nicer drone video.
Yeah.
But, like, we did it real quick. Everything we do is, like, break things and move fast with the podcast. It can't be perfect because we just got to, it's not construction. So, like, we put it out. The intro is just, like, a song we made, the intro, and then, like, sometimes we'll go right into the show.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we'll pre-record or record it, like, hey, today we're having this person on. And then, like, so, like, all those little clips, like, Gilmore just has, like, in Adobe where it's just like he just drops the new episode into
what's already preset,
what's already pre-built, and then it gets sent to my brother and me, and then my brother makes the show notes, and then AI analyzes the show notes, and then that's how we make the clips from, like, the feedback.
Yeah, and there's minimal editing because of the setup we have. So right here, I can just switch through cameras.
Can you show that?
Yeah, I'll show you over here on the screen. Sorry, guys, a little inside baseball, but so this is kind of what it looks like.
And you can hire Gilmore for, well, I mean, you actually could hire Gilmore for this, but other people that are listening, now that we're doing this together, show.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like.
We just told everybody not to have a podcast. You could also hire Gilmore for your podcast.
Wait, why am I here? Is this like a pitch for Gilmore?
So we have 3 different cameras right now, and then a 4th one on Gilmore. And then he has a controller on his thing that he can just, like, put in the screen, drop the screen all around.
Yeah, this is great.
This is all live.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't have to do any of this stuff while we're doing it. So, like, if we're talking whatever me and you were talking about, if you're watching the YouTube, they can see what we're talking about.
So that was my other thing. When I was leaving, Olga's like, tell me what's going on. And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just going to go talk. Like, when can they see it?
What we have 4 waiting to go out. So we didn't put one out this week. So just because we're behind. So next week, following week, they're probably 4 weeks.
So like 4th of July? Or was my math way off?
Holy shit.
Damn, yeah, because we have 3 ready to go.
God, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Setting in.
Yeah.
The year's almost over.
Christmas.
Ew is right.
Ew,
Why does it go so quick now that we're older?
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks. That's why I try and just do so much stuff. I get so mad at people that don't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like, let me get some of your
We're
time.
so the same that way. I'm a
Let me
psycho.
get some of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, can I, like, steal some? Like, how do we have the same 24 hours? Like, I can't seem to get enough. Like,
I wake up super early without an alarm clock. And just
I'm 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I try to get to 5:30.
I'm 5:30 and I'm just lit up.
Yeah, get that. I have a whole system.
I am.
I have a whole system. We fucking sit down and we read and journal. We cannot launch. We cannot launch. Like, back in the day, it was like the gym opens at 5.
Yeah.
We gotta get there right now, or we're gonna freak out. I gotta start moving, or we're gonna lose it. Yeah, so like I've gotten a lot better, but I use all the time. Do you crash at night? Do you like sit down and then you're like, oops?
It's it's really funny. It's not the like, oh, good night. I have this whole routine now where I get home at different hours of the night because it depends on like what I'm doing. Like I have events. I'm always doing development stuff. Always, right? Like I'm always out
be
about.
selling ABC.
Just always ignited, doing things. Or I'll go to the boyfriends, or we'll go out to eat, or whatever we're doing. We're just living. I'm just living, right? But I get in the shower, like burning my skin off my back type hot, right?
Yeah,
and then when I get out,
you have a skin routine.
it's like a thing. I do my whole getting ready, and then I have this little 7-pound dog, and I have 100 and now probably 30-pound Pitsky. I have these 2 different dogs that we do our little routine, and then I flop in my bed. And I guilt-free do a little TikTok scroll.
Yeah, yeah, do scroll.
There's nothing holistic or weird about this. This is straight up brain rot, weird for you page stuff. And then I'm like, I'm over this. And then I just go to bed. Yeah,
yeah, dude. The other day I was with some of the younger jiu-jitsu kids, and the one kid was like, "Yo, I'm gonna smoke a cig real quick," and opened a Coke.
Stop it. No.
He's like, yeah, I was like, what? And he's
That's
like, yeah, it's
my
like the same
cigarette.
thing, right?
No.
It's like the same
Who
thing.
is this?
Same
You have
thing.
to. No, you
He's a
have to
child.
introduce me.
It is a child.
Well, guess what? I'm a child because I buy these little Barbie Cokes. They're the little double swingers.
That's what we were drinking.
Yeah.
And that's my cigarette. And then at StoneTech, people smoke, and I'm like, all right, let's get a cigarette. And I'll literally take my Barbie Coke, and they'll smoke their cigarette, and I'll crack my Coke. That's my
That's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah, let's do some Coke.
Yeah, let's do some Coke.
A Barbie Coke.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
little Cokes are great.
I
you
love
don't
those.
need that much
No, you
soda.
don't.
That-
It's
we're out of them, I think, and we
It's a
got.
cigarette.
We usually
It
keep them in there.
literally
That's
is
what
a
the
little
small
ciggy.
shelf in the fridge is for.
I have to get a T-shirt that says like, "This is my cigarette." I
You
have
don't
to.
need 12 ounces of soda.
You do not.
I need 3 swigs and I'm done.
Yeah.
It stays cold. It gives you the pop you need, and it's crispy. It like hurts when you swallow. It's like everything.
Dude, I don't know how I didn't throw up like every day of my childhood. We lived on like brisk iced tea and Mountain Dew.
Oh,
I don't know how
I didn't know what water was
Yeah.
until like, dude, like we drank Gatorade at soccer fields. Like I drink a Gatorade now, like I will like not feel good from the sugar. And I'm like thinking back, I'm like, this happened back then. Right? I
you
didn't
just didn't
feel
identify
okay.
with
I
it.
just didn't. I was just like, whatever. Hard
I
game.
didn't have brisk. You must have been rich. I had the one here.
You must have been
We
rich.
weren't.
We had the scoop. We had the one that you had to scoop and you had to like shave the
Oh,
powder.
yeah,
It was like kidney stones
I
in
had
a kid.
that. I had that.
We had that, but it just made too much of a mess, so we got the brisk.
We
We
had
didn't have Snapple though. We weren't.
yeah, Snapple's really bougie. And then Arizona, forget
if you
about
had
it. Yeah.
Snapples in your fridge, you were balling.
You know, it's funny
Facts.
that like scoop. I remember it would get dry because I was the youngest of 4 kids, and
you bang the count. You bang it on the counter.
they would, my brother would like scrape it. And the one day he got mad at me. He's like maybe 5 years older than me, and it was like a canister, like long and narrow, and he was like scraping it, and I was just being annoying. Imagine me at like 8 years old. I was like next level, and he went like this to like mess with me, and the cap like flew off, and all it went in my eyes, like literally all the ice.
It went in my eyes.
and that's why she has
eyes.
blue eyes, everybody. It was Nesquik powder.
That's why she can see through walls.
If you want blue eyes, you just got a Nesquik powder to the
Yeah,
eyes.
you just have
Yeah.
to get like shot in the face with like
Yeah,
kidney
we
stone
did. Yeah,
powder.
we had the Nesquik chocolate milk powder, Kool-Aid, like we had all that stuff.
Yeah, wooden spoon, the whole thing. So
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
wooden spoon, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Good
Let's
stuff.
go.
I'm so glad I came. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Where's like the best way for people to get a hold of you if they need to or want to? Like if people want to talk, if people want to come on your podcast or do stone business with you.
The Maven is Stone.
Just
it's-
Instagram.
So the whole thing is it's only 128 people are following me, which is I love that.
I'm 4 of them probably.
It's fine, but I love that. People are like, I don't have a lot of followers. It's like I have a lot of traffic, a lot. Like if you look at my
Yeah, but
views
it's
and all,
128 people that do stone business.
it's fun. They're all people that I've connected with since I had it. Because my old one was the Maven. No, what was it? My old one was I had another one. I forget the name of it now. It's really funny, but that was my old business, and I like cut that off. Right. This one is really curated nicely. Like you can really see exactly what I'm doing. Like that's like
Yeah, hello, that picture. Jesus.
which one?
That one.
Oh, that
I
was
saw
last
that in
year.
the magazine. I was like, damn, damn cat.
That was last year. Yeah, I just like seeing that this is really funny. It's like reverse psychology. I like seeing that it's only 128 followers because I know that when there's like a shit ton more, it's going to be like, oh my God, I remember when you know what I mean? Only had like a little baby, conference room or of people that were listening. But
Straight to the top.
yeah, that or, StoneTech. I run the StoneTech Instagram too. So yeah, and that one's big. That one, where are we at now? Yeah, 99.4.
Damn.
Yeah,
A lot of people.
that's a lot of traffic on there.
A lot of
Start
people.
tagging,
It's a lot.
Start tagging StoneTech people.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, and then everyone has my cell. I have a work cell that I turn it off when I want to, but if anyone needs me, I'm not one that leaves people idle. If they need me, they get me. Like I'll
That's
just
true.
answer it, and I'm pretty attentive that way. Yeah, but yeah, it was my pleasure
Thank you so much.
to be on here.
Gilmar, take us out of this.
Yeah. Thank you again for listening to the show. If you guys can, make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell your mom about it, tell your dad about it. And we'll be on to the next one. Thanks, everyone.